You're being brainwashed into hating a 20-year-old kid with mental health issues for content. If you've been paying attention on the news, you would notice a recent targeted campaign of hate against Clavicular. And you might be thinking, this sounds extremely unemployed, or what does any of this have to do with Nietzsche? Just hear me out, okay? Yes, I am unemployed, but that's besides the point. It's all gonna make sense soon. When you see a 20-year-old kid that is autistic and that is getting interviewed by all sorts of big news outlets in multiple hour-long interviews, it's clearly someone who doesn't know how to communicate his ideas well, being interviewed by professionals that know how to ask questions to trip you up. Some of these questions, like, do you defend incels? When you're asking this question, you're obviously not talking about people that are just involuntarily celibate. You're clearly painting a very specific picture in the brains of most people that view this video. So my question is, why does the media hate some 20-year-old kid that's taking drugs and streaming himself trying to appear normal? It seems quite abusive, doesn't it? And my answer is, the media is run by normies and they hate anything that's different, anything that's unique. The idea is to kill uniqueness. I think most normies, they think greatness comes from doing something that would provide linear returns, but doing it so much that you get so much of it. I don't know if that makes sense, but imagine working out an hour a day and you have one side hustle that's bringing you $500 a month. Imagine doing that, but at a larger scale, doing that 10 times, be making 5,000, or 100 times, you'll be making 50,000. So my actual argument is very different from this. Actual greatness is rarely doing the same thing but better. It's not a linear relationship. Actual greatness is a lot of times being a weirdo and an asshole, and not in a nice way, not in an outcast genius type of way, just in being kind of a bad person. Steve Jobs was a famous example of this. Steve Jobs was an asshole. Nobody liked Steve Jobs. He was not a nice guy, not even to his own family, not even to himself. He was partially responsible for his own death. So yeah, a lot of great people are actually very radical, and this is a word that gets misused a lot. It's a word that has developed a bad reputation over the years, but being radical is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, in the correct context, it's actually a good thing. It's a great thing. So what does all this have to do with Clavicular being hated? The answer is, we live in a dictatorship of normies controlling everything. Everything has to be really good, but nothing has to be radical. Nothing has to be great. And if you're unique, if you're not easily classifiable in a box of really good, bad, really bad, if you cannot be classified in these very general categories, subconsciously of course, people are not going to like you very much. In fact, they're going to try to kill that off. It doesn't fit anything. It's nothing. So going back to somebody like Clavicular, you see a lot of normies making videos like why Nietzsche would have actually hated Clavicular and whatnot. I think he would have loved him. I think one of the core ideas of Nietzsche is taking all the values that society imposes on you and shedding yourself of these values and constructing your own value system and your own way to live your life. And this is very much what Clavicular has done. Nietzsche himself was widely hated in his own lifetime, just like Clavicular is now. The normie answer to questions Clavicular was posing, like, how do I talk to women? How do I become more attractive and whatnot? The normie answer would have been to work out, to become healthier, to eat healthy, to practice talking to women, to go do something outside. Or even the cheesier answer to learn pickup lines or whatever. But nobody in their right mind would have given the answer of take drugs and start bone smashing. That's a very different answer, and it's a cool answer. It's a great answer. It's a very unique answer. And this is something I think Nietzsche would have loved. I think he would have hated the fact that most people have their opinions verified by Google, by Reddit experts, by TikTok, by whatever. And they don't even know why they hate Clavicular. They just hate him because everybody else in the comment section, everybody else in their recommendation sorta hates him. And yeah, speaking of TikTok, if you look at any TikTok comment section, none of the comments are creative. None of the ideas are creative. You see the same idea being produced and reproduced so many times. You see the comments with the few stickers that are repeated in every comment section, the same reaction stickers. Everything is the same. Every emotion is the same. Everything is a format that gets copied. Getting likes is not about an original idea or a great idea. It's about who posts this preformed opinion first. Everything is preformed, everything is normal, and unfortunately nothing is radical. So if there's a message to take away from this video, is to try being more radical today. I mean, hey, look at me. I made an internet commentary video over nature documentary footage. That's pretty unique. I think that's radical. So yeah, go be more radical today. Bye bye.